Welcome back to another RCTV episode. I'm Christian.
And I'm Bella. On today's episode, we'll be looking at
the 8th grade alien invasion,
a spotlight on Mr. Tully,
a Veterans Day documentary,
and a spotlight in this year's Hall of Fame inductees.
This is all right here,
right now on RCTV. I bet you're tired after showing the 8th graders around our studio.
I was. Let's take a look at what happened during this alien invasion.
This past week, you may have seen some strange alien-themed decorations around the school. Well, this is because of a huge school-wide event known as the Alien Invasion.
So the Alien Invasion was a new concept that allowed us to showcase the new college and career facility for the incoming 8th graders. And my understanding is that we had it this time of year because those students have to choose their schedules by January. The organizers were Lauren Jones, who is the CTE instructional coach, and Kathleen Petroff, who is the CTE director. I think it was a very big success. I was able to see a lot of the 8th graders interacting with our teachers and students, and there was just a really positive buzz of excitement just about the facility and the programs. And so, yeah, I think it was time very well spent. My student leaders had the opportunity to serve as hosts and guides. And so they did a little kind of a mini training, and they were able to just demonstrate their enthusiasm and their leadership skills. And so that kind of gave us a specific role to be part of the successful event. I just think it's going to keep getting better. I think that all the hard work that Lauren Jones specifically put in really paid off. And I think it was a really positive use of our time.
Touring the program's 8th grade year feels like a tradition here at RCHS.
Speaking of tradition, I was thinking about getting a tattoo for my 18th birthday. Know any shops locally?
Mr. Tully actually just opened a tattoo shop.
Didn't Cameron do a spotlight over that?
He sure did. Let's check it out.
Today I have a spotlight on Matt Tully. Not only is Matt Tully a teacher, but he also makes art and he owns a tattoo shop.
And we are in Poetry, Texas currently, and it's a studio. It's a working studio, and I do a lot of commissions and work with a lot of different types of clients and custom work.
With such a unique interest, let's figure out what got him interested.
Well, I've always been interested in tattoos. My brother-in-law asked me once to actually draw up a tattoo for him so he could go to an actual tattoo artist. This was before I got into tattooing, and the tattoo artist saw the design and asked if an actual tattoo artist had drawn it, and it wasn't. It was just me as an artist, and he had contacted me to find out if I would like to apprentice under him, and lo and behold, yes, the answer is yes, and so I got into tattooing.
Such a skill being used, what does tattooing mean to him?
Tattooing, I think it means it's just more of a snapshot of that person's life at that time. And whether it's a goofy moment in their time trying to get something silly or not, or something more meaningful, it's a simple snapshot in that person's life.
While tattooing recently became more popular, how has it increased the demand?
Because of the science and technology, I believe the tattooing process has expanded, and there's a pretty large demand, with the stigmas falling away and people wanting to get different types of art on their body. I think it's there's a huge demand nowadays.
Do you want a tattoo and looking for someone to do it? Well, let's see how Mr. Tully feels about tattooing students.
I have, but they always had graduated first, and it became like a rite of passage. So I have tattooed, I don't know the number off the top of my head, but I've tattooed quite a few of my former students, yes.
With Mr. Tully having two separate careers, what keeps him pursuing and interested in his tattoo career?
I think the innovativeness of the tattooing process, again, as we move forward, the science technology of tattooing is always increasing and changing. It's fun to learn all the new methods and techniques, but primarily seeing the person's face when they have the new art on them just keeps me going.
I might have to consider going to him.
Did you do anything for Veterans Day this year?
No, but didn't you sit down with the local veterans to see what that means to them?
Yes, I did actually. Let's check it out.
With the Rockwall Central Square being busier than normal, an event takes place to honor our U.S. veterans and sheriffs. Even a small town can bring us all together when it comes to celebrating our heroes. Let's take a trip down memory lane and ask one of our beloved veterans, Rosa, what her most memorable experience was.
Like the time that you served that had
a very like significant impact on you?
I think on the same subject, the crucible. The crucible is the last phase of boot camp, and you have little to no sleep. You get 2 meals, and you ration them however you want for those. I believe it's 56 hours of training. All the events that you do during the crucible require teamwork, and once you graduate from the crucible, you officially earn the title of Marine for us. So you learn a lot during that period of time, and the crucible is something I'll never forget. It's cold, it's raining, you're tired, you get blisters on your feet, you're pulling your socks off from the blisters that are stuck to your feet. It's very intense physically, mentally. They challenge you mentally. But you realize that through all that, the only way you're going to get through it is with your teammates.
Not only is it hard to go through the crucible, it has to be hard to serve in the military in general. It takes a very special person. So here's some advice from a fellow veteran, Clint, on veterans transitioning back into everyday life. If you could give any advice to veterans that are transitioning back into normal everyday life, what would you say?
I'll just give you a story that was personal to me. Where I worked at, the employee came back, they were deployed, they had a lot of struggles, didn't want to seek help. So I was there to help guide them and be able to talk to them, and nobody understands that. So being able to do that to help somebody, because they were going to lose their job, and now they're successful just because it took the time to help somebody. So it was a huge thing, is just don't think about yourself, think about others so you can help them.
Not only are veterans heroes, but they should also be recognized for their strengths as an individual. That being said, next time you see one, maybe a simple thank you for your service won't be so bad to say.
It's always fun honoring people who have done great things in their lives.
Did you know that our school honors past athletes yearly?
Let's check out your story to learn more about it.
Probably making it to state.
Every year, Roy City High School inducts new people into the Hall of Fame. This year, the inductees were Anthony Cantrell, Michaela Travers-Maruca, and Carrie Spider-Mantooth. RCTV got the chance to sit down with Anthony Cantrell and Michaela Travers-Maruca to dive deep into what made them an exceptional choice as an inductee.
I was involved in football, baseball, track, and that's it. Powerlifting. I think I'm most proud of our 98 football team. We made it to the quarterfinals, went a long way, had a lot of success, and it was a lot of fun.
I played basketball and I ran track and field, and I ran cross country my senior year. Making it to state just because up until a girl that was 2 years ahead of me, that hadn't been really done in a while, and so I felt like at the time that was a huge accomplishment and really showed me the potential that I had in the sport itself, because it was kind of just something I did, but making it to state was really cool. And then to have done that the next year too was even more fun.
The inductees express what the Hall of Fame means to them.
It means so much to me because I absolutely adore my hometown. I tell everybody about Roy City and I own it, and I wear the Bulldog pride everywhere I go. So I take it as a huge honor because the staff, the people that I met in my time here will mean so much to me for the rest of my life. So to have my name on the outside of the stadium means a lot to me. It's a little piece of home that will just always be there.
It's a pretty special thing for me. I didn't expect the call. I'm super excited. It means a lot. You know, this whole time I had here was very special. All the friendships and all the things that we did, very special. It's a very special moment for me.
From hurdles to touchdowns, these inductees earned their place in the Roy City High School's Hall of Fame. This has been Izzy Taylor for RCTV.
Thanks for watching this month's episode. To watch more episodes, go to youtube.com/RCTV Teen News.
This has been Christian
and Bella,
signing out.